There is so much to say in this episode, and I'm so, so happy to be recording it for you. And it all is all down to the fact that I just started talking about it out of the blue a few weeks ago on the podcast. And I'm really pleased that I did, actually, because I've been into manifestation for years now. It's actually what got me out of a very dark place when I was struggling with infertility years ago. And then what just was absolutely incredible is I started my training in hypnotherapy, learnt about the subconscious mind, and then I just remember turning around to my course tutor, who, there was another speaker on the floor at the time, and I just turned to the back of the room and looked at my course tutor. My jaw was basically on the floor, because I was just like, this is incredible. This is the science behind manifestation, all about the subconscious brain. And so it just felt so right for me to be doing training in the job that I'm doing, because my life has panned out in such a beautiful, perfect way after such difficult times, on an infertility journey. And yeah, now I'm really, really happy that I can be open and share this with you, because I think it adds another layer to what I teach about the subconscious brain and mental health in general. And I really don't know where to start. Maybe a book recommendation. I will tell you about a book that, by the way, the book is called Playing the Matrix by Mike Dooley. And in it, I remember you had to audit different areas of your life and basically write down the best case scenario for what your life would look like in each of those things, like career, relationships, etc. And recently I found that journal, and this I wrote when I was back in teaching, 2017, I think it was. And I saw the career bit, and it said to own my own business and to be doing a job that just lights me up and doesn't feel like work. And then I was just looking at that the other day, and I'm like, tick, tick, tick. It's amazing. It's just so incredible. And how this works then is that when you decide what you want, and you don't need to consciously work out how you're going to get there. So you could have the biggest goal ever and just know that you're worthy of it, and see it in your mind's eye that it's going to happen, and just trust that it's going to happen. But you don't need to know how it's going to happen. You just need to put it over to your subconscious mind. And then it goes on this filter in your subconscious mind through which you see the world. And because it's on that filter and it's relevant to you and your world, your subconscious mind will show you the opportunities that are going to get you there step by step, because your subconscious mind sees everything and hears everything all the time, but consciously you don't. And it's only what's relevant to you and your world according to what's on that filter, which decides what gets through to your conscious mind. Okay. Or let's say, for example, you believe that the job market for the job that you would love to do is overcrowded and it's too difficult to get the job that you want. Then the opportunities will never show themselves to you, because that's what you've decided. So therefore, your subconscious mind will not bother showing you the right opportunities, because you don't believe that it's relevant to you, because it's too crowded, and therefore you're never going to get there. So it's really, really important that when you've decided this goal, whatever it is, that you not just, seriously, you need to not hope that it happens. You need to not wish that it happens. Even believing that it's going to happen is not quite, well, I know I'm doing manifestation basics here. Okay, believing it happens, it's going to happen is great. But if you want to go one step further, you need to go further than believing. You need to know with every fiber of your being that thing that you've created in your mind, that you've decided that's going to happen to you in your life, you know that it's going to happen. And therefore it becomes so relevant to you on a subconscious level that you will manifest those things into your life much more quickly. Obviously, you need to do the work too, and we'll get there. I'll get there with you. Okay, so when you know something is going to happen, you find it easier to be excited about it. And how manifestation works, I'll just give you a little metaphor of like radio stations, okay? And your radio station, where all your goals are, you need to make sure that you tune into that, i.e. you align your energy with that. Because we are all energy, okay? Everything is energy. And so the vibration that you are on now needs to be a vibrational match for the thing that you want to experience. Okay? Because if you're not a vibrational match for it, you won't get it, because the universe reflects back to you what you're a vibrational match for. Okay? So that means that we get more of what we are. In terms of a vibrational match, we get more of what we are, not what we want. So you need to be a vibrational match for your goal. And I'll talk to you about ways that you can do this. But it's really, really important. And that's why it's important not to want something and to wish for something, because that is a vibrational match for the lack of it. Because if you want something, you don't have it. And so you're on the wrong frequency. You'll be in one radio channel when the things visualize and want to manifest are on a different one. And so the energy of wanting something is different from knowing that it is yours, and it's just a case of reality catching up for it to manifest into the reality. Okay. So if you've heard my episodes before, you will have heard me say that the brain doesn't know the difference between real and imagination. Okay. So this is really, really powerful for doing the work of manifestation, because if you can visualize the thing happening and get really, really clear on that and really specific on it, then you can do the work more easily in a more fun way. So, for example, part of my run every Tuesday, I visualize my future goal, basically the house that in my mind I can see us living in, and what my work day is going to look like, and even I've visualized moving in day, and how that's going to feel. I've visualized all sorts of different things, because I do this every Tuesday when I go for a run. I visualize that next house, that next, that what it's going to be like, basically. And because your brain can't tell the difference between real and imagination, and when you're visualizing something like that, the mind releases chemical reactions based on what you are thinking. That gets me in a really good place. That gets me to a vibrational match for that thing. And so it attracts it into my life faster. Honestly, the things that the speed with which I am here now in my business is incredible. When to think that I was struggling with my mental health, on the verge of leaving teaching, or just before leaving teaching in October 2020. And here we are now. I've built this business to the point where it just feels crazy. A few key tips then for manifesting. Now, you can't expect to manifest things when you've not done the work on yourself. Okay. Now, what I mean by that is, if you are struggling in survival mode a lot of the time, then this episode isn't massively relevant to you. You need to first of all work on yourself. Get yourself out of fight or flight. Get yourself out of survival mode, living up in your intellectual mind, so that you can be an energetic match for the things that you want to manifest. If your system, your body is in fight or flight mode far too often, then your subconscious mind is basically working to keep you alive. It's not going to be working in the background on manifesting your big dreams, or it doesn't care about that, does it? It's going to be focusing on keeping you alive. So let's walk before we can run. Let's listen to the other episodes, implement the advice that I've given you, so that you can not be triggering your central nervous system, not be triggering your fight or flight state as much as you are now. And then set yourself a little goal to come back to this when things are a bit calmer for you and you're ready to manifest. Because yeah, you can enjoy the manifestation work, but it's not massively going to work if you're in fight or flight mode. You're not going to be an energetic match for the things that you desire. You're going to be an energetic match for more reasons to be in fight or flight mode. So work on yourself first. Number 2 is, the universe doesn't recognize goal size. Okay, so this is where you can, and I love this saying, I can't remember where I heard it, but I love this saying, you can play in the playground of potentiality. Like, lift the lid on what you think is possible, because anything is possible. And there's that saying that I've mentioned before as well. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. So lift the lid on what you think is possible. As long as you believe that you're worthy of it, that's really key. As long as you believe that you're worthy of it, then just decide and just know that it's going to happen. And obviously do the action in the tips that I'm going to give you coming up next. But the universe doesn't recognize goal size. So it's just as easy to manifest £10 as it is to manifest £100, £1,000, or even more, as long as you are a vibrational match for that thing. Okay. I really hope this is landing. If it's not, feel free to send me a question. I'm happy to do a little follow up, or like a listener's question bit on the end of an episode or something. Next one. Trust in divine timing, because the universe has its own plan. And so you need to, well, first of all, if you've done the work and you've decided the goal and you know that you're worthy of the goal and you know that it's coming, okay, you don't wish, you don't hope, you know that it's coming, then you can just lean back and trust and surrender to it, because it is coming. As long as you take the action, but know that it's coming, and don't stress about timings, because when you stress about timing, then you create resistance, and resistance slows down the process. Okay. Next one is to take action. A lot of people hear about manifestation and they think it's just a case of deciding that they want I don't know, a private jet or something, and then just expecting that thing to pop into your life. Like, it doesn't work like that. You have to know that it's going to happen. You need to do the inner work to make sure that you believe that you're worthy, and you've got that self-belief. But then you also need to take action. You can't just expect it to just fall into your lap. Like, nothing works like that. You need to take the action. Okay. So this is what I said before about your subconscious mind. It will show you the opportunities. Once that big goal is on your filter in the subconscious mind, then it's going to show you what's relevant, and the steps that are going to get you to the goal. They might not make sense to you, but you need to trust and you need to take action. Okay. This is very much how I run my business. I don't listen to strategic advice or all the stuff that's out there that they teach you about running a business, especially an online business, and all those different things, because I lean into trust and intuition, and I literally let it run the show. And for me, it's working amazingly well. Why did I say that? Oh yeah, because I trust, and when I hear the intuition, when I get the nudge to do something, I just trust that it's right, because it's the next step that's going to take me to the big goal. Okay, so take action. Stop. I'm sure if you're listening and there's something that you have been putting off for a while, do the thing. Okay, because that is probably the thing that's in the process for you to get where you want to be. But if you are procrastinating and not doing the thing, you're holding everything up. Okay, so take action. Like, nothing needs to be perfect. And if you are a bit of a perfectionist, go and listen to the perfectionist episode. Might change your world. But yeah, just take action and just know and trust in yourself and trust in the universe. The universe always has your back. Okay, it's never testing you. It's always reflecting you. So yeah, take the action. Even if it doesn't make sense, just trust. Okay, just trust. So let's say you've got this one big goal in your mind. Now, the first thing to say is the only moment we have is now. Okay, so don't have this goal in mind because you think it's going to make you happy. All right, let's say, for example, you're stuck in the rat race and you want to get out. You want to earn more money, and when you do that, you'll finally be happy. Well, no, because you need to be a vibrational match for that thing. Okay, so this is what I was talking about earlier. So let's say you are stuck in the rat race and the thing that you want to manifest is your own business, but you have no idea what that's going to look like yet. So my tip for you is to find out what your target energy is. All right, so you can do this right now with me then. Close your eyes. And once you've got that goal in mind, for example, run your own business, okay? And currently you're stuck in the rat race, but you want to run your own business. You don't know what that's going to look like yet, but that doesn't matter. You don't need to know the answers. It's not for your conscious brain to work out the steps to get there. Absolutely not. It's for your subconscious mind. So close your eyes then, and I want you to imagine that you have that goal and it's manifested and it's part of your life now. And it's been part of your life for a little while and it feels so good. Okay, this business that you've wanted to do, but you've not known how to get it, suddenly it is part of your life and it just is brilliant. How are you going to feel? Because that is really important to know. How are you going to feel when you manifest that thing and it becomes normal in your life? Are you going to feel like you have freedom? Are you going to feel fulfilled, energized, positive, whatever? Find the target energy, okay? Because that target energy is a sign for you. Because in order to manifest that, you need to be looking for all of the opportunities in your current reality where you can consciously feel that now. Okay. So if you're stuck in the rat race and you want to own your own business and you know that when you do that, you will feel freedom, your opportunity now is to look for the moments where you have freedom. Okay. And this can look, it's so different in so many ways. Do you have the freedom to choose whether you get to work by bike or walk or car? Do you have the freedom to choose what you have for dinner? Do you have the freedom to choose whether you have a bath or a shower? Do you have the freedom to lie in on a Saturday morning? Do you have the freedom to just put your energies on and go out for a run right here, right now? Okay, all of those things give you freedom. And if you're not noticing them, then you're missing a trick, because you literally can speed up the manifestation game by knowing what your target energy is of when that goal is manifested and finding it now, here and now in your current reality. Because then you look for more opportunities to feel that, and suddenly you are a reflection of the energy of your future goal. And so the universe reflects back what you are a vibrational match for. I hope that helps. Next, notice the manifesting miracles everywhere. You are probably already good at manifesting. You literally just have no idea that you are. Let's say you had a meeting that you can't really be asked to attend. So it's a virtual meeting and it's been put in the calendar for Friday afternoon or whatever. And you don't really want to go. And then suddenly it gets cancelled out of nowhere. And that is actually a manifestation, because you put it out there to the universe that you didn't want to attend that thing. Or it could be that you planned to see a friend, but actually you're pretty exhausted and you just need a little bit of time to yourself. Then they but you didn't want to cancel. Okay, you didn't want to cancel on them, so you didn't. You were still prepared to go, but something came up and they had to reschedule. There you go. You've manifested that, because that's a manifestation of what you wanted to happen. Okay. And also we can manifest bad things. The universe reflects back what you're a vibrational match for. So all of the previous things that I've talked about in previous episodes, really important. If you go back and listen to episodes now with this knowledge in mind, you'll see things, you'll hear things in a different light. So some key things to do that will help you on the manifestation game. Number one, journal as if. Now, I know the word journal creates some resistance to some people because they don't know how to journal, but it literally is just picking a pen up and writing down on paper. Now, write or journal as if something has already happened. So, for example, recently I journaled a summary of May. Okay, and I did this, I don't know, maybe 5 days ago now, and I wrote as if May has just finished and how great May was, and I wrote all the reasons why May was so brilliant. Some things had already happened, but most of the things hadn't happened yet, and I journaled as if they had happened. Now, that works because your brain can't tell the difference between real and imagination, and so my subconscious brain is going to make those things happen. As long as divine timing is in line with these things, they're going to happen. because I know that they're going to happen. You know, I've decided and I know that I'm a vibrational match for it. I've done all the inner work and all of that. And so once Made's finished, I can go back to that and pretty much will find myself tick, 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 tick. And I've done this so many times. I remember when I went to, no, that's a long story. I haven't got time for that. But basically, you can journal as if things have already happened, and just watch. Like if this is your first sort of dipping your toes into the manifestation realm or realms or whatever you want to call it, you can do this with something small, such as I don't know, you're meeting a friend for coffee and you have not seen him or her in so long. You could journal as if that's already happened and what a great time you had, and something that you saw while you were there or something like that. Like, it doesn't have to be, I mean, if you're new to manifestation, you can play it small to start and just see and just be open to it. Be open to receive. That is huge as well. Being open to receive. So vision boards are good. Phone backgrounds are good. It means that your subconscious mind is seeing them all the time. And as long as you know that you're worthy and you know that it's coming, it's a good idea to have those things because it keeps it present and relevant and seeing it all the time. But the visualization exercises, the regular visualization exercises and the journaling as if, I think, are more powerful. But there you go. Right, final thing to say is things that can slow down manifestation are things that create resistance in your life. So that can come in the shape of not living your life in alignment with your values. Okay, so if you're doing things that aren't aligned to what you value, that will create resistance. Anything in your life where you're doing out of obligation, that will create resistance. Any feelings of guilt or resentment, those create resistance. And so you want to audit your life. Where are you feeling guilt, resentment, shame, obligation, sacrifice? Work on getting rid of those, because all of those things are creating resistance for you to be able to manifest the things that you want to manifest. And part of that will be down to self-care. You know, if, for example, if you want nothing more in life than a cleaner to come in and clean once a week so you can actually have a little bit of time to yourself, then basically you're making life harder for yourself, because what you truly desire is to have a cleaner to make life a bit easier for you. And that would take out the sense of resentment, the sense of obligation, and bring your energetic frequency up so that you can attract things into your life quicker. I hope that makes sense. Because I'm aware that I'm sort of deep into this now. I've been doing this stuff for years, and it has really changed my life. Like, quick story before we finish. When I was really struggling with infertility, I did things like I literally like, this sounds crazy, but I don't care. I printed out a couple of baby photos. I didn't even know these babies. They were literally like random newborn baby photo shoot babies off Google, printed them out on photo paper, stuck them on my mirror, made a vision board, had a slate heart that said our babies are on the way. And I looked at the slate heart after they were born, and the penny dropped. I'd manifested twins because it said our baby's on the way. And the house that we're living in, you know, Tom and I used to walk down this area and say, wouldn't it be nice to live here? And we were detached from the outcome, and it's just happened. So yeah, I really, really hope this episode has inspired you. Please do ask me any questions you have, either on Instagram, or send me an email if you're not on Instagram. And don't forget, also, if you are on Instagram and if you've enjoyed this episode, please share it to your stories and tag me at Believe and Achieve with Jenna, and I will share a wonderful exclusive hypnotherapy track to you. Anyway, that is it for now. I will see you all again soon. My mission with this podcast and why I started it was to serve. And so I really hope that everything I've shared with you today and in previous episodes is serving you and helping you to change your life. It requires consistent action. It requires effort. But if you're willing to put in the work, then you can absolutely change a great deal just by listening to me and implementing my advice. However, if you're listening and you would like to work with me, then obviously I work too. I do solution-focused hypnotherapy and much more. And my program is called Change Your Life. And it's a program that I'm really proud of. So if you're interested in this and would like some more information about how it works and whether it would be right for you, then do get in touch with me via the information in the show notes. Thanks again for listening. And if you enjoyed this episode, I would love for you to share it with a friend or stick it up on stories on Instagram and tag me at Believe and Achieve with Jenna. See you next week.